So, as a big thank you and a congratulations for finishing all the 5 modules, as promised, I'm going to introduce you to a bonus tool, and then I'm just going to summarize the whole of the program. And again, just thank you from my heart for trusting in me to take you on this progression journey. So the tool that we're going to talk about is the Promise and Price tool. It's in your module, you can print it off. It's a very simple tool, and it's one that I use on a regular basis. And the principle of the tool is we have a promise. So what is the promise that you're going to make to yourself? That commitment. Is it a promise to get fitter, be more patient, whatever it is? I'd like you to make a promise to yourself, something that gives a lot of meaning. Now this might be just for the week, it might be a promise for the week, a promise for the day, it might be a promise for the month, it might be a promise for the year, or you can do a number of them. You can't escape a promise. So first of all, with all the tools that you've got, is there any aims or goals out there that you really want to grasp and say, I promise to do this? And it's an internal promise, it's a commitment to yourself. Once you've identified your promise, I go back to the why. Why is it that you want this promise? What are the reasons? What's the emotional reward? What will it bring to you, to others, your surroundings, your environment? Ingrain that why, please. And like I said, that how will appear. Now, once you have absolute clarity on that promise and why you want it, the other side of the tool is called the price. So for every promise, there's a price to pay. And this is where it really helps you understand about what is it that I'm prepared to pay? What am I resolved to pay as in a price in advance? And this is sometimes where we fall down. We go for the promise, but then we don't realize what is the price that I'm willing to pay in advance before I start that promise. So many times people say, oh John, I want to get fit, I want to look this way, I want to look that way. And I say, okay, so write that down, visualize it, why is it that you want that? And they get all excited and again, that intention's there. But then my next question as a coach and a trainer is, what is the price that you need to pay for that promise? And again, we'll talk through that. And then once you have that price in front of you, the question you have to ask yourself is, am I prepared to pay that price? And what will it take to pay those prices? Some people have to get up really early in the morning because they're busy, they've got families, to get fitter. Some people have to save more money because they want to pay off a debt or a mortgage. So they have to cancel subscriptions maybe. So there is always a price to pay. But once you have clarity on the promise and the why, the price becomes so much easier because you can say, that's why I want to do it. So when you have those down days, when you have those wobbles, I call it, you can go back to that promise and say, I'm paying this price because I really want this. It's so important to me and maybe the people around me as well. Always be thinking, what will it bring? So that's the price and promise tool as a bonus. It wraps it all up. Again, teach it, very easy. Go and teach it, learn twice, ingrain it, use the tools. Wow, look at the toolbox. You've got 11 tools now that you can use. You can call on at any time. These are permanent now. This is the beauty of this course and the program is, these are all permanent, guys. They're with you forever, and so am I. If you think about it, I'm always on these videos for you. You can always come back and watch me at any time. When we go to those dark times and life's coming at us and we need that little bit of inspiration or we need an idea, come back to me. Come back to the tools. Use them. Put them into practice, teach them again, believe in them. Even if it's just one small thing, you're progressing forward, you're in control, you're calling forth that order. And that brings that responsibility and that ownership. And it's so powerful. I've told you my story. And it was hard, it was a challenge, it wasn't easy. And I've been on this progression journey and I'm still on it. I'm still going at it. I'm really engaged in this sort of humble personal development. It's just become a philosophy of mine to work smarter and harder. You know, I take charge, you know, I attend to the days at hand. So I really, really hope that this really helps you. And again, thank you for putting the trust in me. It means so much. So the last thing that I'd like to introduce you to as a technique is I talk in threes to myself, this self-talk. And people are like, what? And I go, yeah, it's a power of three. It's a technique I use when I sometimes need to raise my energy or shake me out of like a moment of like laziness. And I talk to myself in threes. And these are the key messages that I say to myself. And again, I hope they help. But you, again, adopt your three if you want to take this technique. First of all is care for yourself, please. Take good care of yourself. Care for yourself. Like you really matter if you really want to extend that. But look after yourself. Care for yourself. Seek the truth. Sometimes it's hard. I had to hold the mirror up in front of me and I had made so many mistakes. I was blaming, I was using excuses, I was justifying things. And my day of reckoning came. And you know, I'm very lucky that I survived that, but I am paying the price for that. But I have to be truthful. I want to be truthful. I choose to be truthful. If I'm being lazy, I'm being lazy. I call myself out. I own it. And it's hard sometimes. It doesn't feel good. Your ego kicks in. So no, well, don't say you're lazy, John. Just say you're having, no, I'm lazy. I'm being lazy. I need to get up and I need to get moving. I want these things. So please be truthful with yourself. It doesn't matter. You're not in comparison to anybody else. It's with yourself. This is something I've realized as well. The competition is with yourself, not a comparison to anything else or anybody else. It's with yourself. So if you just improve a little bit each day, that's brilliant. That's really, really powerful. Rely on yourself. I know there's lots of people around, there's the internet and there's YouTube. But if you take the philosophy of rely on yourself, to work towards that future, to choose how you think, to set those aims, to start to formulate that philosophy and call forth that order, it creates tremendous responsibility and ownership. Nobody's going to come around and fix it sometimes. It just doesn't happen. People have got their own worlds, their own distractions. So I always say, John, rely on yourself to get up early in the morning. Rely on yourself to eat the right food. Rely on yourself to do the study, to develop yourself. Nobody else is going to be there. People have great intentions, I know that, and they want to help. But actually, if you rely on yourself first, then you can start to rely on others. But it starts with you. And my last one is the 3 words, never give up. Some days you're going to get knocked down. That's it. Life comes at us and it knocks us down. But don't press the button to justify to then let a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks or a year or 6 years. Just start again. Reset and restart. I use those sayings quite a lot. All right, I've had a bit of an off day today. I've eaten the wrong food. I taught myself out and not going out and doing a bit of exercise, walking around the block, etc. But then that doesn't prolong. My mindset says, I'm in control of this, so I'm going to start again tomorrow or in the next hour or go at it again, or I'm going to take this little step and move forward and keep progressing and keep progressing. Follow the process. There's no real quick wins in this sometimes. This is an ongoing progression journey that you embrace, and it can really fortify you, build that resilience. When this situations happen that are out of control, which are always going to happen. There is things in our control and out of our control. It's what we do about it. It's how we face it. Going back to that philosophy again, that real guidance system about who is it I want to be, then what do I then need to do? So please Say to yourself, never give up. I've had a bad day. All right, rise again. Rise again. A slip isn't a fall. I just get up and I rise again. And over time it strengthens and strengthens and strengthens. And I just speak from my experience. That's all I can do, is share what I've learned over the last 8-9 years, and the experience that I've got, and the knowledge that I've obtained, and the experiences that I've faced, is I'm just trying to share with you guys. So this comes to the end. Like I said, I'm permanent. I'm here. Call on me. Watch the videos. Use the tools. I'm also on Facebook, The Painted Coach, and on Instagram if you ever need a bit of inspiration. My purpose in life is, like I've said, is to help people grow, but also to help people think, more importantly. Is I ask the questions, I don't give the answers very rarely, because I've got my opinions, but if I can ask the question to get you thinking so you can come up with your own answers, that's where the real power is. So thank you so much for your time, energy and focus. A massive congratulations for finishing the 5 weeks. I really do hope that it's added some value and benefit into your life and the people around you. And please don't forget, the tools are the foundation. Use the tools, play with them, teach them, adapt them, see them. And I really do feel that they can bring so much more. They really can if you apply them. Thank you so much for your time. Bye for now.